Get ready. It's time for a well-deserved break, Pittsburgh, with Heather Abraham and David Highfield from the KDKA TV studios. It's Pittsburgh Today Live.
I'm still gloating.
Because we had such a great day yesterday?
Because of my big win. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the PTL wing off. If you didn't watch yesterday, Heather won. And that's okay. You did a great job.
You did a good job too, but I still,
I think I did an excellent
preference.
job, actually.
Well,
I think people on social media have been talking about this, and many of them are agreeing with me.
I'm so glad you're so humble about it.
Sometimes you just got to speak up, you know? You have to throw humility to the side and just be honest.
This is our wing off that we had, and this really just came out of a conversation right here on the show where David and I realized that we did not agree on whether wings should have sauce or if they should have a dry rub. So Ron was our judge. Mm-hmm. He came prepared with a wet nap, which I thought was great.
He did, and we had wings from the Bingham Tavern on Mount Washington, and you argued the saucy wings
are better.
And I argue that the dry rub wings are better.
Yeah.
And so anyway, this sparked a lot of conversation on social media. So we wanted to share some of the things that people posted. James posted an interesting idea, says that we do this a few times a year. We called the first one Wingsgiving because it was around Thanksgiving, but everyone in his family or his friends shows up with a couple dozen wings from their favorite places, and then they just try them all.
I think this is such a fun idea.
That's a great idea,
It
James.
really is.
So thank you for sharing that.
Jody posted that she loves both and says grilled wings are delicious too.
That's interesting, and they're probably better for you too.
Maybe.
Yeah. And Timothy simply wrote, OMG, so hungry for wings at this point. And by the way, Cher is 74. Because we also asked, how old is Cher yesterday? During some conversation
in the day.
So she's 74 and she looks amazing.
Were we talking about Lady Gaga and the Oreos?
We were, and that led us to your story about seeing Lady Gaga in Phoenix.
And you seeing Cher in concert, and then you couldn't remember how old she was.
Right.
Got it.
But anyhow,
Connecting
now
the
we're up
dots.
to speed. We had a lot of fun yesterday, and we're going to have a lot of fun today.
Yes, we will. We wanted to talk about Valentine's Day a little bit because, of course, it's coming up. And this is your last weekend to really get ready for it.
It's true.
You know, your last full weekend to prepare. So things may be a little bit different. Maybe you're not going out to eat. And the National Retail Federation, like they always do ahead of holidays, is weighing in. And they are saying that the average person will spend just shy of $165 on the holiday this year.
You know, I mean, if you count a meal or you count, you know, a really nice gift, I guess that could add up to $165. I don't know. I mean, what is your go-to for Valentine's Day? What do you and Frankie give each other?
Honestly, well, really anymore, I just want a night out. I just want a night where I don't have to
that's the best gift.
I don't want to put the kids to bed.
Yeah.
Neither one of us do.
You just a little break and a little
off.
romantic night out. Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be romantic. We don't even have to talk to each other. I just don't want to put the kids to bed.
Okay.
We're both on the same page. This is not because we don't love each other. We love each other. But I'm fine with sitting in silence and having a good meal and not putting the kids to get to bed. That's all I need.
Because you would enjoy the silence at this point.
My standard is so low. We could go to McDonald's. I don't care.
Well, but you know, he's an amiable guy. You might want to talk to him while you're there.
We love each other.
Okay.
We get it. I got you, babe. We know.
Okay.
What about you? What's your ideal Valentine's Day?
I mean, we sort of fall back on flowers. Like we get each other roses a lot of times.
Yeah.
Or chocolates, something like that. But once again, going out, I think, is the really nice thing.
Yeah.
Just to have a to go on a date. Because when you're married, you forget to go on dates.
Yeah.
And you should go on dates. You should take time to invest in the relationship.
Yeah, even if it's in silence.
Even if it's in silence, you will be investing in the relationship. All right. Hey, so much has changed because of the pandemic, of course.
That's for sure.
And for many people, it means longer work days as they're working from home. And I think part of the problem is people can't escape work because they're not physically leaving their house.
Yeah.
So anyhow, Bloomberg did an article on this, and that is what makes up today's list. So we want to share that with you because apparently, so they compared work life before the lockdowns and then during lockdowns.
Yeah.
And this is what they arrived at.
So workday is 48.5 minutes longer, which, you know, I feel like a little bit here, a little bit there. Meetings also increased by 13%.
I do think there are more meetings.
Oh, gosh, there's so many meetings. So many
Like
meetings.
all the little Zoom things that light up on my phone. Like, did you know you have a Zoom today? And you have a Zoom at, you know.
You know why? Because it's replaced the like passing by conversations in the
Exactly.
hallways, and now it has to be
Right.
a thing all the time.
Right, because you used to be able to just pop in.
Oh, yeah.
Like hang out in someone's
Yeah,
doorway.
like, hey,
and
what do you
just
think
say,
about this? Good idea? Cool.
Right.
All right, great.
But now
Let's work on
this
it.
is how we do it. You know, like I still don't know. Yeah, I mean, communicating from people that are working at home. There's so many more steps involved in it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that adds to the day. And people sent 1.4 more emails a day. Now, what's 0.4 of an email?
I don't know.
But anyhow, that's what the average was. Now, they did say, even though there are more meetings, generally the meetings are shorter than they used to be.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of good
That's
news,
because
I
nobody
guess.
wants to be on them.
Right. Well, isn't that the weirdest thing? Like when you're on a Zoom call and you say something, because this has happened to me and you've been on the same Zooms and you have witnessed this. So I say something like I throw out an idea and I think, oh, this will be great. And then there's silence.
No one says anything.
Anything. Now, in person, I don't think that would have happened.
No.
But somehow on Zoom, like you wonder, are you all paying attention? Do you have like...
No, but
Or are you waiting to talk? Is that the problem? Like, you're not sure whose turn it is to talk?
well, that's the thing. And you all have witnessed this while we've been doing the show. I mean, we have tried as much. We're all adjusting, right? So we do many of our interviews. In fact, we'll do one coming up via Skype or Zoom. And the problem is there's no like body cues. You have no
Right.
indication when someone is going to stop talking. And so it ends up with someone talking over or interrupting. And not to be rude, but just because there's no body, like you can't see body language.
And what it turns out is that like then they say a word and then they hear you, so then they stop.
Yeah.
But then you stop because you heard them say a word. You all know what we're talking about. But you're right. There's no like if we were all sitting on the couch and having a conversation, like if you wanted to say something, you would do a little bit like like you know, and then you would know
And then you'd see it.
Heather wants to say something. But on Zoom, you can't quite get those cues.
Which is why the
So-
meetings are ending faster, because people are like, you know what, we're getting nothing done here. Great idea, David.
I
we
hate
won't
this
say,
meeting.
We won't say anything. We'll just end this thing now.
I do feel like it takes more effort even to speak up in a Zoom meeting. Because like, you know, you've got to find the moment. And as it is, the bigger the meeting, the more people that are on there,
Yeah.
the worse the whole situation is.
Lila did remote instruction on the snow day that they had this year, flexible instruction this week. And she was that kid this week. I felt so bad. We have to thank her teacher because she was like, can I go to the bathroom? Like every 3 minutes she had her hand up. And it was something like, I'm going to go get some water now. We don't care. Like you could just see her, the patience of her teacher.
But that was great though, because she was following the rules.
She was
If she
following
were
the
in
rules.
school, she would raise her hand to ask to go to the bathroom.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
But again, it's like the whole idea of
know.
this meeting and
'Cause
interrupting.
can you
and then-
imagine like 25 kids and they're all raising their hand to like, can I get a cookie from the kitchen?
We
Yeah.
applaud you, teachers. You
Yes.
are the real heroes.
Seriously. Think about what they are doing and making it work right now.
Saints.
All right.
Saints.
We want to show you something that is really cool that Heather stumbled upon.
Well, it was trending on Twitter, and I can see why. Some people have picked up new hobbies, and this may have been an existing hobby, but it's trending on social media now. This is what they're calling a mini modern house, and the couple's son, Scott Miller, posted a bunch of pictures, and that's what took off. But you can actually follow this account on Instagram at Mini Modern House if you want to see all the pictures.
So this is essentially like a little dollhouse.
Right.
Only there are no dolls. And it's super intricate. Like the work they have put into this,
Yeah.
like this sort of speaks to all the extra time people, they started this before the pandemic, but all the extra time they have during the pandemic.
Look at the living room.
This is amazing craftsmanship. It looks like a real living room that you'd see on HGTV.
The lighting fixtures, the furniture. On the outside, there was that barbecue grill. Outside, there were actually ribs on the grill.
On the,
It was
that's
closed.
how much attention they put to detail.
So there's a picture. The next one is of the garage door. And actually, there was a video too that I did not post, didn't pull, but it actually, the garage door goes up and down. You can see the tires in the garage, the oil can.
And their garage is more neatly organized than ours.
Even the plastic crate thrown on the floor. Like, who doesn't have that in their garage?
I wonder what they make all this out of. Like, do they have a 3D printer, or they just, this is crazy.
This is the one I want you to see. Do you see the tiny Farrah fawcett? The classic, iconic
from the
picture of
70s.
Farrah fawcett
that was like
up on the wall.
Best-selling poster ever.
It's just incredible. And then to really
one more, right?
add to everything, the rugs, all homemade.
You know what?
Like even like stitched
I
together.
don't know what these people do for a living, but I mean, I think they should be selling little miniatures like this because people would buy this. It's really impressive. And they have turned around all this attention for a really good cause.
That's right.
So people are following them on Instagram, and in fact, we have their Instagram handle on our links
Mini
page.
Modern House.
At a PTL page. But they are encouraging people to donate to the Alzheimer's Foundation to raise money. So we just love this. We wanted to share it with you. We thought, whoa.
I think
they are creative.
When they created their Instagram page, I don't think they thought it would take off, but once their son posted it on Twitter and it started trending on Twitter, that's when they said, oh, wait, we can do something good with this. Let's raise some money. Let's use this and turn it around for something really great.
Exactly.
So cool.
They should be very proud of it. Hey, speaking of houses, there's a house in Fayette County we want to talk to you about because it just recently sold, and it's kind of, I mean, it's part of movie-making history now. So it is the house where the famous movie Silence of the Lambs was filmed, and it has a new owner. So it's in Perryopolis, and this was where Buffalo Bill's home was in the film, and the realtor, Eileen Allen, posted on Instagram saying they received 6 offers within 2 weeks, right after the home went on the market. It was listed for almost $300,000. But what I wonder is, so clearly the family who bought this place knows that it was in the movie, right?
That's the outside. Look at the property. You have all of that yard,
beautiful, yeah,
gorgeous brick home. But as I mentioned this morning, inside a house of horrors. So I don't know, like, is the well inside?
It was just a movie.
Do they have the well? It puts the lotion in the basket. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I could sleep at night in there.
You have to remember, it's just a movie.
Sure.
That's the important thing.
Of course.
And we're going to
So
take this
Poltergeist
opportunity.
And
well,
The
yes,
Conjuring.
that's true. We want to mention, too, that CBS, you may be seeing the ads for it, a little tie-in to Silence of the Lambs. They're coming out with this new series, Clarice.
Clarice.
You have to say it like he did.
Yeah.
Clarice.
Clarice. Yeah,
So
anyway, so that's coming up. And it's going to pick up
it.
1 year after the events of Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, is that how it works? Oh, I thought it was like a prequel thing.
No.
Leading up to it.
It's 1 year after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
I don't know. It might be too scary for me to watch.
All right, I think we have a little bit more time, do we, Jill?
Do we?
We're going to the teas.
Okay.
We'll talk about it tomorrow. We have so much more to talk to you about.
We do. We'll save that for tomorrow. But right now, let's get on with today's show. And we have a question for you today. Can I read? How are you
That's
keeping
the real question.
Can I read? How are you keeping in touch with friends during COVID? And how do you make new pals during the pandemic? Zoom calls are great, but coming up, we're going to look at another way to make and keep friends and maybe even find love.
Ooh, also ahead, it's Super Snack Week on PTL, and today, Ring is in the game making a super sub that she says is more than a Super Bowl snack, it's a whole meal. Her recipe is coming up.
Plus, how will you watch the big game? It's a big week for TV sales, so we get Dr. Frank's pick for his #1 top TV. That's just ahead.
Thanks for being with us on this Wednesday, February 3rd, 2021. There's much more on PTL ahead, so stay right with us. We'll be back after this.